What is the best social game plan for the month of November? I want to walk you guys through what my social game plan for this month is so that maybe you can draw a little bit of inspiration and copy and paste the framework that I'm going to be using and walk you through all the steps that I'm thinking about taking for this month. So, like the holiday season can pose its own challenges socially. You got people traveling, people are busy, they're distracted. A lot of people have their own circles, their own groups and stuff like that. They have their own plans, already doing their own thing, but it also comes with some advantages because it gives you good excuses and justifications for doing some of this type of stuff in the first place. So there's certainly some opportunity here, and here's what I'm thinking. So obviously, month of November is going to be about Thanksgiving. And so the really big opportunity there is to do a Friendsgiving event. And so now you kind of have to ask yourself, like, what is the optimal approach for Friendsgiving? And what you'll see most people doing is hosting some type of private event or a private container at somebody's private residence, like at their apartment complex or at their house, which is a good idea if you already have a social circle, if you already have a core group of people that you're wanting to kind of go ahead and warm up even further. But that's actually not what I would suggest. I don't think you're going to get as much bang for your buck doing it that way. A couple of reasons. I mean, first of all, it's just straight up harder to get people to show up to a private residence like somebody's house or apartment. Like, you got to feel really comfortable with that individual in order to pull up. People are concerned about social awkwardness, and there's potential for like social pressure. They don't know how many people are going to be there. It's an unfamiliar environment. So I think the best thing that what I'm going to do, and what I think everybody else should do, is create a Friendsgiving social mixer public.
What I meant to say here was open invite, not public event. You never want to advertise your event publicly, but what I mean is that it's open to everybody that you're inviting, plus the friends that they want to bring.
Event. So this is what I pretty much default back on every time because it allows you to have more magnitude with your event style. So what I would suggest and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a social mixer Friendsgiving event at my local hotspot. So you got to determine your venue. It's got to be an easily accessible venue. It's got to be a venue that has a little bit of pull, has a little bit of status, has some familiarity, has some comfort already built into it because it's a place that people are already going to and may already be going to anyways. And so what I'm going to do is basically create an invitation, maybe a little like flyer, and just send it out to all of my leads. And that's the big benefit with doing like a public event is you can send your invitation to every single person on your list. Cold leads, warm leads, hot leads. Everybody can get this invitation. And here's the beauty of that, right? Is, some of the most high status people that I know, they're probably not gonna take the time out to come out to my event, right? Like, it's probably gonna capture more kind of, upper mid-tier to lower mid-tier type of people. And, that's what people would argue is the downfall to my system is like, is it the same thing as hosting a big charity gala that's going to get the most famous people in your town to show up? No, it's probably not. But here's the deal is when I send out this Friendsgiving social mixer container event that's going to be happening just at my, public local hotspot, and I'll get to the details of how I'm going to set it up in a minute. By sending that invitation to the most high status people in my network, they may not show up, but the benefit is that I'm still nurturing that lead. I'm still nurturing that connection with some value there. Regardless of what the offer is, you're going to be staying top of mind, and you're also going to be unlocking the law of reciprocity. And so this is how I actually end up getting majority of my counter invites and my counter opportunities. So what I'm going to do is just kind of blast it out to everybody. And I'm just going to pick out a spot within the venue, and I'm just going to basically tell everybody to meet at one particular spot. Like, I'm going to kind of get there early to hold court, and I'm just going to, designate a spot for everybody to meet up within my group. And I think I'm probably going to add a little bit of a personal touch to it. Like, I'll get some like cocktail garnishes off of Amazon for $15. Maybe I'll even get some like, turkey Thanksgiving fall leaves like necklaces, and I'll just give that to the first few people that are showing up, and then just kind of leave it out on a table for the rest of the people. And obviously, like, I'm going to send it out to all my leads, and for those that are interested, I'm going to create the group chat. I'm sure it's going to spiral. I'm sure friends are going to add friends. I'm sure it's going to grow quite a bit. I'll probably be able to get it to 50, 60 people. And here's the other thing too, is it's not going to cost me any money. It's going to cost me $0 aside from what I spend on these little, personal touch items I can give the first few people that are coming in. And, I'll probably get my just iPhone out and just create a little bit of content around the venue itself, around some of the staff, around some of the people that showed up. And then ideally have somebody do a quick video of me, like in a social interaction, and I'll probably just put together my own little reel. And then I'm going to post that reel, and then I'm going to add some of the key players that did show up as collaborators onto that reel, because what I'm looking for is people to accept my collaboration so that this way I can broaden my reach with their audience as well. So I think that this is what everybody should be doing. I think everybody should be setting up a Friendsgiving social mixer container event. They should be doing it at their public spot. They should pick a spot within the venue to carve out. And this is all going to basically be under the table. Like, I'm not even going to run this past the venue. So it's free for me to do. It's going to definitely pay dividends. And man, I think that that's the play. I'm aiming for the weekend, I believe, of the 22nd. And I think that would probably be ideal for a lot of you guys as well. So that's the social game plan for this month, man. I'm trying to think if there is anything else that I wanted to say about it. I mean, I'm just really excited to, for the most part, have something that's a little bit more sticky as a justification to send the invite out to, because that's always kind of the issue is like, why are you hosting these events? And why are you getting people together for social mixers? Besides like just, connecting high quality, ambitious, and beautiful people, which is always kind of my pitch. But, the whole Friendsgiving thing kind of gives it a little bit of a theme. It gives it a little bit of that ability for me to make a personal touch to it. And is it a big deal? No. But I will be able to legitimately thank people for coming out. And, I'll have to keep you guys posted on another video with the results. But, I mean, I'm sure it's going to, really help me solidify some, deeper friendships with some of the guys, make some new friends. It's going to be a way for me to recapture and catch all with all of my leads, get them back into my environment that I control and that I've curated. And then at the same time, allow them to visually observe me demonstrating attractive characteristics and qualities about myself, like the ability to socialize and attract women and, connect and bond with other successful guys. So, that's it for this one, you guys. Let me know if you have questions. Peace. This is what I forgot to tell you guys that I wanted to mention. The beauty of doing your party at the local hotspot is that the success of your event does not boil down to the amount of people that show up from your invitations and from your group chat. And what I mean is that because you're doing it at the hotspot, you're throwing a party within the party. So when I am at my venue and we've got this space in the back, it doesn't mean that there's not going to be the ability for other random people and random strangers to be able to walk in there and show up. So what happens is that because there's already going to be people that are going there, and it's going to be a place that already contains the type of people that I want in my social circle anyways, it almost blends together and becomes kind of hard to tell like who's a part of it and who's not, which is actually a good thing. Because whether I have 5 people that showed up and then 15 people that are, totally random, nobody's really going to be able to know the difference, especially like as people are walking in and walking back. If I'm able to kind of like indoctrinate them into what I'm doing, that actually gives me like a perfectly good, reasonable explanation for opens. So I can actually even almost assumptively welcome people that are complete strangers. And then when they're like, what's this all about? What are you doing back here? I just tell them, oh yeah, we're throwing a Friendsgiving social container event back here. Maybe you weren't on the list, but you are now, and you're more than welcome to hang out with us. So I'm going to be able to build my social connections and build my circle with new people at the event itself. That can't be done at a private party. So at a private venue, you're not going to have that ability. But by picking the right venue and having it set up at a public place, not only are you like mitigating any sort of risk for like perceived success or perceived failure, but you're also putting yourself in a really, really good spot to be able to actually have a little bit of a justification and just like a little bit more of a status in that environment where there's some plausible deniability around talking to other people within that environment and making your social circle as you go with this process. Keep that in mind.